Dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to next Industry 5.0 Keynote speech. This time I will speak about the United Nations in the age of Industry 5.0. My name is Mike Rada. I'm human, and I am the founder of Industry 5.0. And before we start, let me introduce you Industry 5.0. It is the first industrial evolution ever led by man, by human, and it is based on the principles of systematic waste prevention applicable for industries, industrial upcycling. Industry 5.0 was introduced on December 1st, 2015 by an article called Industry 5.0 from Virtual to Physical. Industry 5.0 recognizes four types of waste: physical, social, urban, and process waste. And the principles of industrial upcycling and Industry 5.0 has been already implemented since 2013 and prevented more than 1 million metric tons of products to become waste. On January 7th, European Commission listed Industry 5.0 in the framework of European Sustainable Development. So, we know what is Industry 5.0. Let's see what are United Nations. According to Wikipedia, the United Nations is an intergovernmental organization. United Nations aims to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, and achieve international cooperation, and UN should be a center of harmonizing the action of nations. It is the largest, most familiar, most internationally represented, and most powerful intergovernmental organization in the world. And it began its operation in October 24th, 1945. In 2021, there are 193 members, states, and 2 observers, which is a Holy See and Palestine. It is important to say that since 1946 till 2021, there are more than 650 local war conflicts. And in the last decade, the number of non-democratic UN member states is growing. We can look at the countries according to the system of governments, and there are 11 of them. And they divide into very different ones. But in fact, at the bottom of this chart, there is written that this chart represents the de jure system of governments, not de facto degree of democracy. And unfortunately, these under-the-line comments are frequently the most important ones on the pages and charts which you can face. What is the current reality? I was born in 1971, at a time when our planet was called blue marble, because it remains blue marble. But unfortunately, in 2019, it was not blue anymore, because it was more or less gray and brown because of the environmental damage. But COVID lockdown clear up the sky and shows up that we can recover the planet. So we started to do it on a global scale. Unfortunately, we have been able in few decades to turn the orbit of our planet into global landfill, filled with space debris, 170 million pieces smaller than 10 centimeters, 750,000 of 10 to 30 centimeters, and 80,000 above 30 centimeters. This is our planet orbit. This is our landfill. And what we do on a planet, we dig inside, because we have been taught that the only criteria of success is more. No matter what we do, more is more successful. More houses, more money, more power, more people, more. All this happened on a planet where we live together with 7.7 billion people. Without knowing that in 1812 there was the first global counting, there was only 1 billion people living on the planet, and 100 years later, 1912, there was 1.5 billion. And despite of 2 world wars, 2 world pandemics, there is 5 times more people living on the same planet. In 2050, there should be 11 billion people living on the same planet. And just now, please remember the last image. We are living on a planet in 206 countries, 196 according to UN. We are speaking 7,000 languages. We are riding 1 billion cars, and we let 9 million people die hungry every single year, despite the fact that 23 million tons of food and crop is being wasted every single day on the same planet. And we let 800,000 people die thirsty, despite the fact that 347 million liters of drinking water is being spoiled just in California crude oil industry in one single day. We are living on a planet where we grow our crop, our radish, to throw it away because the leaves are not green enough for the retail buyer. We are filling our rivers with onion, which has been too much from the fields, and that will spoil the price. We are carrying our water in firefighting tanks, which carry the same amount of water which is needed to produce just one and single hamburger. And we do it on the same planet where even this image is a reality. We are working in factories which has walls filled with ISO and environmental certificates. And behind the walls, there is a landfill. They are packaging units which are not used because they become obsolete. We throw away products which are not perfect for one, but can save many others. We listen to the words of World Bank, which says that till 2050 the volume of waste will grow. In some regions it will triple. Despite the fact that almost all the material is usable, but only 13.5% it's really utilized or recycled. And this is because waste is treasure for the waste industry, which became the third most profitable industry in the world, and it's expected that it will become the second. Valuated 285 billion in 2016, expected to be valuated 435 in 2023. We spent our time and effort in storytelling instead of delivering the results, and we even hire for the money someone who tell us how to tell the stories, not how to deliver the results. There is a need for change, and this need represents that the need that the country government, which broke against the Human Rights Declaration, has to stop doing that. We have more and more war conflicts endanger citizens and societies. The waste trade poisons the global ecosystem. And the COVID-19 shows us the lack of global unity in delivering the solution. Industry 5.0 principles connect humans all around the world with one and only aim to build the wasteless world. Humans represent the businesses and corporations following the same unity is being recovered through mutual active cooperation and one aim to build wasteless world for all. The issue was that for a long time, for many decades, we have been building our future on the top of a pyramid, a waste pyramid, reduce, reuse, recycle, but it does not work. And even the old Egyptians has not been able to build their own future on the top of a pyramid because it's unstable on the top of a pyramid. I discovered that a decade ago and I decided to build another groundstone, stable groundstone, and I name it 6R. Because firstly, we have to recognize that something must not become waste. Second, we have to reconsider what to do with it. And third, the best part, which I love most, realize it. Do not worry. If you will not succeed, there will be ways, but if you succeed, you may change the world. And how does it work? Firstly, you have to recognize that something must not become waste, and trust me, it's not easy because of the professional blindness. Secondly, you have to reconsider what to do with it, and it's even harder because of the same blindness. But third one, you do it. And something what you can get few pennies at the beginning can be sold at the end for hundreds of dollars. The value of waste prevention has been estimated to $475 trillion a year. And it means that the drop in a waste management cost can reach up to 50% already in the first year of application and implementation. So how the United Nations should look in the age of Industry 5.0? United Nations needs to change from inside, starting with the governments, because only members who comply with the Human Rights Declaration should remain the members. The UN operation should review and audit have take place first before changing the others. Wasteful processes have to be eliminated and the policy updated because the United Nations has to become a role model for all. Systematic waste prevention have to become part of all the operation and not army, but the logistics of food, water, people and resources must be improved. The allocation of financial resources must become transparent, efficient, and should not waste collected financial resources, but invested in the results. Sharing benefits among all members will create strong and independent organization. And what is the cost of waste prevention Industry 5.0 implementation? It's 0.025% of the UN yearly budget per month. With this investment, there will be granted creation and implementation of a systematic waste prevention tools across entire society and industries. We have to go from wasteful to wasteless, starting with education, which has to grow up humans, not components. The main tools are creativity, openness, and communication. And we shouldn't waste our time asking 5 times why if we can ask for the first time the right question. Be different is good, not a shame. And everyone can change the world with the work of his or her hands. And everyone should be proud of one and only title, a human. Because humans' connections create the strongest social network following one aim. Industry 5.0 is the first industrial evolution ever led by man, by human. It is a new mindset of people and businesses from wasteful to wasteless. It delivers the results without the need of capital investment, and it's based on the principles of systematic waste prevention, industrial upcycling. It utilizes the on-the-ground mines, the existing resources, and is based on transparency, profit sharing, and efficiency. And please do understand. Industry 5.0 is not a sales tool or a buzzword or a product, and will never be as long as I will be here. We are living in the age of digitalization of our work. We are living in the times of digitalization of our education, and our leisure was digitalized a long time ago. So it looks like that the only part which is missing to be perfect is to digitalize the man himself, the human. And if we do so, our world will look like this, because data don't need any light. I discovered this a decade ago, and I decided that I do not want to live in the black hole. And I decided to spend my life to build another world, wasteless world, my home. And I do it for 8 years every single day. And do not worry, I'm not alone. There are already 55 ambassadors all around the globe representing the gates to Industry 5.0 and giving the access to 60% of human population. Right now it is your decision. Which way do you want to follow? And I would like the United Nations become a role model and start with their own organization change. Dear ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day free of waste and wasting in all its forms, and I hope we will meet soon on the construction site of Wasteless World. Have a nice day.